All right. What's going on? Ultimate Team Up back again.
Oh, yeah.
And my main man right there, Paperback Dan. Well, we're here at the Cupcake channel and doing our usual weekly new comics haul. What's up, Dan?
Not much, dude. I'm excited. I love comics. I love going to my shop every Wednesday and buying them.
Comics. Way too many this week.
So yeah, I think you got a bigger week than I did this time. I only got 7.
I got like more than 7.
Okay. Well, what do you got for DC books?
All right, DC, I got 2 books this week. The first one is by my main man, Mr. Tommy Taylor. Here we go with Dark Knight Steel, number 5. Oh, bam!
I got it too. Wasn't gonna miss it.
No, it's been hell of a twist there in the end, huh?
Yeah. So I read 4 and 5 back to back because I wasn't caught up last month, and all I can say is, holy shit! There's a lot going on these last 2 issues.
I enjoyed the whole relationship. You know, I think like in every DC universe nowadays, they have that relationship between Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, which is always nice, which they really went into. I like that.
Yeah, no, it's good. There's a lot of twists. I like what they've done with the Green Man. I was not expecting some of those turns.
Oh yeah, that was great.
So it's good stuff. I'm so glad that I got the series on a whim back when issue 1 came out. I was on the fence, but because it was only 12 issues and I like Tom Taylor, I figured I'd give it a shot, and I'm so happy I did because it's been really good.
Well, I was actually going to wait until when it comes on trade paperback, but Lohi's like, "Oh, it's so good, it's so good." You know, he bought it on Tuesday, which when DC now comes on Tuesdays. He's like, I was like, I do like Tom Taylor, and it looks like a really interesting premise. I think that when the issue 1 came out, it was a really light week. So I was like, what the hell? I'm gonna give it a shot. So I'm loving it too.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, when it comes to when he writes these alternate universe stuff where he's allowed to do whatever he wants, and he usually does a damn good job at it.
I agree. You got any other DC books?
Well, my only other DC book is finally back after a 4 months or 5 months hiatus. Is The Nice House on the Lake, number 7 by James Tynion the fourth. It's have you read this? I know the first trade paperback came out I think last week, which collects the first 6 issues. Very wordy, something that a lot of people might not like. Last issue that came out months and months and months ago ended with a big cliffhanger. And so they continue with that cliffhanger, which basically is the central character. His name is Walter. He's the one that got everybody together in this very nice lake house while the world burns. They're his friends. He's protecting them, giving them this like perfect existence. But they don't want to be there, and they're trying to figure out what's really going on in the outside world, try to get away, and a lot of flashback of how different each characters are, how they were with Walter back in the days, how they became friends and stuff like that. One really cool thing is that, one of the things about this book that's annoying is that you don't know which characters are which, right? And what DC did was in, I think, the 3rd print of the 1/20 had ratio cover, they actually had all the characters on the cover, tell you like which characters are which. Okay. But DC's nice enough to actually do that, reprint that at the last page of this book, so you guys should actually know which character is which is a nice thing of them.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I didn't have to pay like $40 to get a ratio cover either. That's always a bother. No, thank you, DC Comics.
Look at you thanking DC Comics for doing something right after you've been kind of ragging on them these last few months.
Well, DC's not great, but when they do something good, I will give them, props.
Okay.
What you got?
So I have 3 other DC books. A very DC heavy week for me.
Okay.
4 out of my 7 are DC. I didn't get to read these yet.
Okay.
Because I'm not caught up. I'm really annoyed because this one, Justice League Incarnate, 5 of 5. It's the last issue. This is gonna start like it's setting up for Dark Crisis, and I wanted to read it. I had every intention, but I didn't read issue 4,
Okay.
and I was looking for it and I couldn't find it in my mess of singles, so I didn't get to read issue 5 for this week either. But I'll rectify that before Dark Crisis gets here. I have been enjoying the series. I like it a lot. I want to see where it goes. The cover kind of leaves me with some questions because Darkseid looks like he's like controlling this team or like something, and I don't know what's going on there, but I'm intrigued.
I only read issue 1, and I thought issue 1 was very good.
Yeah, I really liked it. Next, I got Monkey Prince #2, which I didn't read the first one, but I heard really good things about it.
Hold on, okay. Hold on. You know, like a couple weeks ago was Chinese New Year, right?
Yes.
And one of the Chinese traditions that they give out like these red envelopes to younger children with money in there. So DC was nice enough to do a red envelope edition of Monkey Prince #1.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Also too. Anyways, my friend got this for me in Boston, so I picked it up when I was over there. But yeah, I was like, wow, this is really nice. Anyways, go on.
It looks really nice too. But
yeah, it's actually an envelope, dude. Check this out. It's actually inside an envelope.
That's so cool.
So that's a good promotional touch by DC. So once again,
yeah, that's look at you, 2 in a row.
Hey.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to checking it out. I've heard some pretty good things overall. I didn't commit to actually pulling the series because I was hoping to read issue 1 before, but I was like, fuck it. So hopefully, I didn't just waste $4 or $5 or $6, whatever DC is charging these days. Last DC book is World of Krypton, number 4 of 6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also 1 issue behind on this one because it came out the same week as Justice League Incarnate, and I don't know where I put my books from that week. But yeah, I have been enjoying that series as well. Okay. It's I've brought it up before, but for those that don't know, it's basically like a retelling of what happens to Krypton before it explodes, gets destroyed, whatever you want to call it. Krypton's no more. They ship Superman off. You know the drill. It is a story that kind of retells that history of Superman's parents and their role in what happens with Krypton. So I've been digging it.
So it's about during the time with Jor-El and Lara, and in that time, what does it take? Takes place before that too.
No, it takes place with them, and there's some time jumps too. Like the first issue takes place right around the time that Supergirl is born.
Okay.
And then like the next issue, there's like a 2 or 3 year time jump. And then I haven't read issue 3, so I don't know if there's more of a time jump, but it's cool because it like introduces how like the Phantom Zone was created and all that kind of stuff. So it's cool. I really dig it.
How's the art?
It's okay. It's not my favorite.
Because I like the cover. The cover art is really nice. I'm not sure whether it was interior artist like that.
I was say the cover I've been kind of liking, like they're a little like realistic, which I don't love all the time.
Yeah, I remember.
But like this one in particular, I think is pretty solid. The art in it's okay. I don't like here. This is just the first page, so it's not really a spoiler. The people like their faces look a little square and like blocky, which I don't love.
Are you sure they're not Bizarros?
Right. Yeah. So like it's okay. The art's just fine for me. I forget who the artist is. I know Loheat knows them. I forget what else they've done. But something Avon Oming.
Okay.
Michael Avon Oming.
The artist for Powers, the long time.
Yeah. That's what it is.
He's basically squarish. Okay.
And Robert Venditti's writing it. I like his work. So the writing's fine. Art is kind of hit or miss for me.
I think you might like the art. Art is not realistic. It's very a little more on the cartoony side. You know, the way the Oming draws.
Yeah, it doesn't resemble the cover art. So, but yeah, that's all I got for DC.
All right, now we're done with DC. next. I don't even have any books next week from DC.
I
No, I don't.
didn't check. I
Okay.
checked everything else but DC.
Well, I have quite a lot of Marvel this week. Let me just do the spec books really quick. Then we could get into details of the books that I read. So the first book, spec book, is this might go into some spoiler territory, so we'll miss something, maybe not. Avengers Farm #3. Uh, I bought it because it's the first, not first, it's the first appearance of a female Moon Knight. Her name is, oh, let's see what's her name. So because Moon Knight's red hot right now, this book, this book was limited one per customer at Midtown Comics. So I was like, all right, what the hell? Hopefully you'll pay off. Here we go. Marima Spectra. This character right here. It's written by Jason Aaron, and I don't read Jason Aaron's Avengers, and so when I read issue 1, I was confused by it, and the only reason I bought this because it's a spec book, and I'm a sucker for that stuff, and you know this. Next one, the Star Wars #20, second print. I don't know why. I was told it is a hot book, so I'm again sucker for it, and I bought it. And another Star Wars High Republic #15. This is the final issue of this series. The second series starts in October. This is the first appearance of this leveler machine that destroys space stations. And I was told that it was actually sold out at Midtown Comics. I had to go to a different comic store to get it. That's how hot. Yeah.
I'll say it must be popular then. Shit.
Uh-huh. All right, so let's talk about the first book. Is Devil's Reign, Daredevil, the Woman Without Fear, #3. Are you reading Devil's Reign?
I'm not.
Okay, because this one now, Devil's Reign #5 comes out next week, but there's a big spoiler there's talk about in this issue that's supposed to happen in the book that comes out next week. So I don't know how Marvel screwed that up here. So this has continue the fight between the Elektra Daredevil and Kraven the Hunter. Action-packed, very good. And then he goes into supposedly, hold on, here's a possible spoiler, that Matt Murdock might be dead. They talked about it in here, and they said, see Devil's Reign #5. So is that really Matt Murdock? But it could be Matt Murdock has a twin brother that was created by magic. It could be that Matt Murdock. So who don't know? I don't know.
Yeah, that's different.
It is different, but this has the first appearance of. Oh, you heard about Punisher getting his new costume, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first appearance of Frank Castle as the Beast Punisher in his new ugly costume.
Wow. I think the first issue comes out next week.
I am picking up the first issue and just see what's going on. Because Jason Aaron is writing it, and Jason Aaron has a good track record writing Punisher in the past. So
right, yeah, I mean, could
this
be
is
good.
actually this is some sort of a key because the Punisher, the last panel with the Punisher, that story is good. It's written by Zdarsky, and the actions with the fight between Kraven and Elektra is very good. All right, what you got, buddy?
I have no Marvel this week, so this part's all you.
Seriously? None?
Yeah, none.
Wow. All right. I got a crap load of Marvel. So first one's first. Not first one. Second one, Alien #10. This is more of the Eden's Hope story. As our survivors are trying to escape the alien, you've seen the Alien movies. You know what it is. It's very grotesque. I mean, Marvel's doing a very good job on Alien right now. It does remind you of watching the better Alien movies. Have you read any of these books? Are you a fan of the franchise, the movie franchise?
I've never seen anything Alien related.
Yeah, Dan, you're so young. You never seen an Alien movie?
I never really had any interest. It was kind of before my time a little bit.
Makes me feel old. Can't always make me feel so old. I think if anybody who's a fan of the movie franchise and who like the Dark Horse series, I think Marvel's doing it justice. The roller coaster art is. I know Dan's not a big fan of the more realistic style of art, but when it comes to doing like a sci-fi horror style, LaRocca does a really good job, and there's some really grotesque art here too. I don't want to overuse the term grotesque, but hold on, Dan, check this out, buddy. When the aliens are attacking, where's that? Oh yeah, right here. You see that? The aliens spike through the guy's head.
Wow.
Oh,
Damn.
I think like it's again, if you're anybody that's a fan of the original Dark Horse run or in the movies, I think they really enjoyed the current Marvel's Alien series. All right, next one. Here we got it's a book that you should be reading is Moon Knight, one of the better Marvel books out right now. Number 9. Number 9. Another issue with this same issue I had with the last issue. Okay, this takes place after Devil's Reign Moon Knight one shot, which again comes out next week. So basically, you have to go like, why can't Marvel schedule this right? The same issue happened in issue 8. It takes place during Devil's Reign Moon Knight the one shot, but since that came out last month, okay,
That's so silly.
It is so silly. I'm like, why are you doing this? Just release this next week and release that Moon Knight one shot this week, and you don't have this problem.
That's so stupid.
Still, very good book. Jet McKay, which I think is Loki's favorite Marvel writer right now, does an excellent job. We'll call it 2 issues ago, Moon Knight's base was destroyed. So in this issue, he's trying to find these missing people in this house. But it turned out the house is alive. So he's trying to come with the help of Doctor Strange. He's trying to save those people and make a deal with the house. And he does. You should read the Moon Knight. I think the first volume paperback came out.
I want to. Yeah, it came out last week or the week before. I want to read it. I wanted to get it when it started coming out, but I just missed it, and I hate starting somewhere in the middle.
Well, Dan, they call you trade paperback Dan for a reason. The first volume.
I know the first one came out, so I'll be sure to get it.
All right, here's the hot book of the week is this Black Panther number 4. It's sold out everywhere. It does, but the thing is, it doesn't have anything to do with the new character. What's his name? Tanzani, whatever. Are you familiar with the current Black Panther run?
Not really. I kind of saw your video with Low Heat when you were talking about number 3. So yeah. I was listening to that, but that's really all I know.
All right. So this has to do a lot with the political intrigue in Wakanda while T'Challa's away trying to find who's assassinating his sleeper agents. And he's paranoia is getting to him because he starts thinking that one of the sleeper agents he set is the one that's trying to kill everybody. And while Shuri she figured out that the people who's trying to assassinate T'Challa's sleeper agents also have Wakanda training, and their armor are vibranium laced. So it's not quite Wakandan, but it's Wakandan related.
Yeah.
And I really like this book so far. There's a lot of detective work by T'Challa trying to find out what's going on. The spy network he set up across the world, and also a little beginning with his relationship with Storm, which I always like.
Who's the writer on that book?
I think it's John Ridley. John Ridley, I think he actually wrote stuff like Academy Award winning stuff, scripts too.
Okay, I mean I'm not familiar with them, but
of course he always got this sweet ass, Alex Ross cover for every issue. That's always a plus.
Yeah.
Let's see, what do I got? My disappointment of the week is what if Miles Morales became Captain America?
I don't even think I saw that book on the shelves.
Well, if you go back to your comic store next week, ignore it. Just pretend it never came out. It's the story's bland. Is Miles Morales gets the serum, which was stolen by his uncle, the Prowler. Basically the same premise as him become, Ultimate Spider-Man, except it's the super soldier serum. He goes on to fight in that world, it's like we call it Gray Skull, which is I think it's like a combination of Tombstone and the Red Skull. There's nothing exciting. I thought it was kind of lame. All the hype for it, I was like, okay, cool. Miles is popular, and then eventually he sees like a vision of different dimensions where Miles becomes Wolverine, Hulk, and Thor. Okay, whatever. I don't care.
Just wait for the what if team up where Miles Morales is his own Avengers team.
Actually, that's one book you should be reading is Devil's Reign Superior 4, where Dr. Octopus finds like Wolverine, Ghost Rider, and Hulk versions of himself. That is a good read. This, however, it's not a good read. Again, very bland. Nothing exciting about it. I usually like What If, but in this case, it's a letdown.
Are you gonna get any of the other ones?
Probably not. I'm just so on. What do you call it? What's the word? Unimpressed by this. I wish I didn't even buy this book.
Damn. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. And finally, here we go. The Thing. Issue 5 of 6. One more to go. We have the Thing fighting Terex on the moon, and while his partners are fighting Terex's different members. Actually, he's not fighting Terex. He's fighting one of Terex's henchmen, while his girlfriend is fighting Terex. But everything's not what they seem to be. Blah blah blah. It's good. It's good art, good story. If you like The Thing, this is your, fun miniseries for you to read. Dr. Doom shows up, and Dr. Doom needs his help to save his mother again. And that's it. Oh, and this is a good plot twist. I don't want to go to spoiler territory for that one. If you're not reading The Thing, you should. It's a good book. Then this is a Dan Ponosian cover B.
I say, yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, cover A was good too, but this is more remind me of the whole Joe Jusko Marvel Masterworks cover, so I bought this one. When this collects it in miniseries, trip paperback, you're a fan of Fantastic Four, Dan?
Yes, but like in theory, because I haven't really read a lot of Fantastic Four stuff.
All right, that's all on Marvel. It's a lot, but I got it out real quick.
Yeah, no, that was good. So I guess that means Image is next.
All right, go. You do your Image, and I'll do mine with a big spoiler.
All right, so my first one, I got it anyway in spite of Tanner because I just wanted to know what was going on, and I thought the cover was cool. It's Loaded Bible, Blood of My Blood, by Tim Seeley and Steve Orlando, I believe. I read like 75% of the book, and I honestly don't know what the hell is going. Like, the premise is totally batshit. Like, I understood what was going on, but it's just so the Catholic Church or the church in general, whatever, apparently like cut a deal with vampires or something. So Dracula's the new pope, and the main character right here is the clone of Jesus Christ, and he is essentially a vampire hunter.
Yeah, hold on. Before you go on, this is the second series, right?
I do.
Okay.
I don't think so far from what I've read, I don't think that I need to have read the original.
Okay.
To understand what's going on, but I saw that they just released a new printing of the original, so I might get it if the rest of this first issue isn't terrible. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm entertained, but at the same time, like, I don't know if it's like supposed to be offensive or it's supposed to be political, or like, I don't know what the book is trying to be, but it's fucking weird. But I don't hate it, and I don't know if I'm supposed to.
Well, that's positive. You don't hate it. That's always that's always a good thing. I think.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. I don't. I'll finish this first issue and see if I want to get the second one. But yeah, I'm so confused.
Well, if you get somebody to fight vampires, it would be Jesus. I mean, he could. He's got the cross.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's strange, but I'm kind of curious to see where it goes.
Dracula's Pope, huh?
Yeah, yeah, and he goes by the Red Pope or something like that. I don't know. And it's strange. I don't. And apparently, like the he explains that like the church tried to go into space to like spread the good word to fucking aliens or something else too, and like that didn't work out. So I don't know. It just the whole thing, like I said, it's batshit. Like that's the best way to put it.
Okay.
But
all right, that's a maybe, I guess, from Dan. Once you'll give it like is a thumb in the middle. You might go up, might go down.
Yeah, at worst, my thumb is in the middle.
All right, and let's see. My next book is Crossover number 12 by Donny Cates. Okay, this is all right, people. This is a spoiler. Okay, if you guys don't want to hear it, move fast forward like a couple minutes. Last issue, Negan from The Walking Dead shows up in this book. Okay, last panel. In this issue, you know the basic premise for this book?
Yeah, like the comic books and like the creators' comic books like come to life or something. I know that Cates wrote himself into the book.
Oh yeah. He's doing here. So Negan goes to wait, how much Walking Dead have you read? A lot, right?
I finished The Walking Dead. I read the whole thing.
All right, cool. Negan goes to confront Robert Kirkman in this issue. It did not go well for Robert Kirkman. In fact, let me get to this. You'll love it, or maybe hate it. I don't know, but I got a kick out of it.
Don't tell me he gets the Glenn treatment, doesn't he?
You're psychic. He's your fucking nuts. Hold on. Man. Oh, look at.
My God.
Again, here we go. Last page. After he bashes Kirkman's brains in, he's like, "That's for what you fucking made me do to Glenn, you prick."
That's wow. I need to read that book. That's what the hell.
I'm reading this like, well, I was like, what is going on? Because before Negan goes crazy, they actually had a conversation where Robert Kirkman talking about, I think actually Donny Cates must know Kirkman really well. But Kirkman talked about how his motivations are, how he was like before Walking Dead, he was like a nobody writer. Everything he wrote was like a complete failure, did not sell. Finally, he got this one thing with that he launched his career, with Invisibles and everything else, which I thought was a really nice touch. And then he's like, why did you do it? He's like, I did it for the money.
Damn.
Yeah. I was like, okay, you're successfully made money. Good for you.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Spoilers are over.
You're safe. Yeah, you're safe now. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, you should be reading this issue of Crossover. That's all I'm gonna say. But,
so the only other Image book that I have, you already know. You grabbed it already before I even pulled it out. Rogue Sun #1.
Rogue Sun #1.
I like it.
I really like it.
I thought it was good. And I kind of anticipated what was happening a little bit after reading Radiant Black. And I dig it. I'm curious where it goes. The final page, no spoilers. The final page kind of had me go like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I'm curious what that cliffhanger means. But it was a good first issue.
it might be. I think it's my pick of the week.
Really?
I think so. I originally would did this or Alien because the whole because how much I love the Alien franchise and the art for Cella Roca does, and the story is really good too. But this one, for like a pure superhero, like a first issue superhero thing, is set up a lot for the future. And as comic goes, it's very Marvel esque. You have these like a young superhero try to get his feet wet in the superhero his job as the superhero. Some people act it differently, like the main character here. He's like, oh, I got superpowers. I'm gonna be a little cocky and get smacked around, right?
Yeah.
Which is totally understandable. Once you haven't full control of your powers, you don't know who you are, but you think you're hot shit, and then you need to come down to earth, and that's what happened to him. And I think that's great.
Yeah. No, I do
He
think
built the
because
character.
the whole premise essentially of this book is that this asshole teenager takes up a new mantle of this superhero.
Right.
So I mean, it's a good starting point. I think there's a lot of room for growth for the character and exploration as a writer. I think it's good because not every teenager that gets superpowers is decent, and he's not an outright bad guy. He's just kind of a
Right.
dick.
Yep.
So it's
And
an
I don't know,
interesting.
like, the character between him and all the two characters that were Radiant Blacks. They're completely different. They have different characters, different personalities, the way they behave, their lifestyle. I mean, their history, everything different. I like if since Kyle Higgins wants to create his own. What is it? What's it? The Massiverse.
Massive verse. Yep.
Massiverse. Okay, I think that's he's doing the right thing. Where not everybody's cookie cutter. Not everybody's is interchangeable. You have different perspectives of life, how to become a superhero, and they have and especially when you're a young superhero, the way you need to make your growth. You got to conquer your fears, conquer your insecurities, conquer your enemies, which you never fought before. Control of your powers, and this first issue, just like Radiant Black, does set up that for a really, really good run in the future.
Yeah, and I'm curious where it goes because, like you said, like it's part of the Massive verse, but I don't think they're going to go like overboard in terms of like crossing over and tying into each other and stuff like
Right.
that. Like Rogue Sun will probably be fairly standalone, but I am curious where it goes. Because I think they said that they're going to have like phases essentially, and like Supermassive is the start of this second phase.
Okay.
So like, maybe it'll be like an Avengers type of thing with the MCU where like they'll have their own single stuff, but every so often there will be an actual crossover, which
Sure.
I think that's probably the best way to do it if you're going to share a universe.
Right. And then of course he's gonna follow up with Radium Red next week.
Yeah.
Which
I forget who's writing that, but it's not Higgins. But I'm looking forward to that too. I think Radiant Red has a lot of room to be an interesting character also because was it issue 6, I think it was, of Radiant Black? They highlighted
her
that
origin.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious where it goes.
We'll be talking about next week. Connor's not back.
Yeah. This is true.
And then my last book of the week is Nectaris number 8. Scott Steiner, the art by the very excellent Tony S. Daniels. Have you read any of this?
Yeah, I read. I don't remember. I read at least 1 or 2 issues, but I really liked it.
These days I am not the biggest fan of Scott Steiner, but I really like this. I mean, there's some lows, but mostly I think this is an exciting story. Where the sun goes out and where the darkness takes over, people, animals, plants get infected by the shade. And this issue has a really nice ending where Blacktop Bill, I don't want to go spoil too much, he finds a way to contact with the god of the shades, and he was rejected. Now he wants revenge.
Interesting.
We still don't know how he's able to, even that one shot that came out a couple weeks ago. They didn't really explain how he could, how the bright light doesn't really affect him. Hopefully they'll go into it. But Nectaris so far is one of my favorite Image books right now. Everything's there. You got pretty good dialogue writing by Scott Steiner. The action's good. Art is beautiful by Tony S. Daniels. I mean, you can't go wrong with that art.
Yeah, I definitely think the art is a standout for the series.
And that's my last book. Dan, my friend, what indie books did you pick up?
All right, it's the only one. It's the last one right here. This is a series that I started reading. I have not caught up, but I've been enjoying it. This is the last issue of Night Yannick, number 3 from Behemoth. You know what?
What?
Can you read it? It says Night Yannick up there at the top.
Yannick. Okay.
And the cover says instruction for making a proper offering to forgotten gods, and it said the same thing last time.
Okay.
I can't remember if issue 1 also said the same thing. I don't understand that part. But yeah, it's from Behemoth, which I always try to make a point to comment about the quality of the prints of their books. They probably, along with might be Vault Comics, they have like some of the best quality books, like in a physical form.
Paper stock wise.
What?
Paper stock wise, right?
Yeah. The covers are really good. They're sturdy. It's not the same like flimsy stuff that you'll get from the big two. I do enjoy the series. It's only 3 issues, which is pretty lame, I think. But if you're a fan of like the like fantasy, like Dungeons and Dragons, I get like Skull Kickers vibes from it for those who've read that Image series. I like it. Now that I have all of the issues, I'm going to read what's left. And if there's a trade, I'll probably get it. We'll see.
What's the premise?
What's that?
What's the basic premise?
So the writer, I think, depicted it as like if Conan and Zelda had a baby, like in terms of like franchises mixing.
Sure.
So like,
okay.
So like, yeah, it's like a fantasy type setting. I mean, you've got your guy with a giant sword there at the bottom. He's the main character, and the art's decent. Like it's colorful. I don't think it's actually like child friendly. I think the looks are purposefully deceiving.
Right.
But it's a pretty book, and yeah, this guy just essentially gets like suckered into an adventure. It's been a while since I read the first issue, so I can't go into more detail off the top of my head. But it's fun. If fantasy books are your thing, I'd recommend it.
Maybe I'll wait for the trade paperback and check it out. Night Yannick. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. So that was my last one. Do you have any indie books also?
No, this is that's till next week. Next week I have a Dark Horse, I have Boom Studios, but this week is very Marvel heavy. Very Marvel heavy. And I didn't even wait, what's the one book? I think next week the Marvel's got a couple number ones too. There's the Punisher number 1. There's the
big one.
There's some sort of Gwenverse number 1. And Captain Carter number 1. Those are the big ones coming out from Marvel.
Yeah, I don't really have any interest in the Captain Carter one.
I am not buying Captain Carter either. It's only a 5-issue miniseries. If it was good, I'll buy the trade. Down the line. Yeah, I'm buying Punisher again because Jason Aaron write it, and when he wrote Punisher Max, it was pretty good. So his track record's there. Spider-Gwen or Gwenverse, whatever. I'll give issue 1 a try. Just see what's going on. Because I'm a Spider-Man fan in heart, So
yeah, that's fair. Before we close this out, I just want to mention that my pick of the week we got like right off the bat: Dark Knights of Steel.
Dark Knight of Steel was very, very good. I think this might be the best issue of Dark Knight of Steel so far.
Honestly, I have a hard time picking my favorite because 4 was good, not great. It just had a really good twist.
This one had a great twist too.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. But like, I think issue 4 was as good as it was because of like the Green Man twist.
Yeah.
Because other than that, it was just Alfred like telling Batman a story.
But that
Um,
story, that story is also very important to to the
oh,
origin
agreed,
of
agreed.
Bruce Wayne.
But yeah, no, that issue was good. Honestly, if I was reading Dark Knights of Steel more actively, it probably would have been my pick of the week, damn near every week. I feel like so far, but
Well, we still got 7 issues to go and see where Tom Taylor takes us.
yeah, no, I can't wait. I'm kind of still like, I don't know, recovering from what I just read.
Right? It is an incredible book, and I love that fact takes place in like a medieval world.
I think that's honestly my favorite part. And the fact that there's a different spin on all of these characters, like
Right.
Bruce and Kal-El are like stepbrothers or whatever. And like Harley Quinn is like a literal jester
Right.
and stuff like that. So like, yeah, no, I think it's cool.
I also enjoy the fact they're rivaling houses. We got the House of Lightning with Black Lightning. Then you got the houses. What was that? The House of Al, or House of Steel, I guess. With Superman and his family. It's actually, it does remind me of, there's a unpublished story written by Alan Moore many, many years ago. He was trying to get DC to publish it. It's called Twilight of the Heroes, where there's actually, he wrote about different houses where Superman and Shazam. No, Superman and Wonder Woman has a house called House of Steel. You got like the House of Titans, the Teen Titan members and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. House of Mystery with all the magicians and such, and how the world was. But DC, because it was really dark, as DC's like, we're not publishing this.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. But anyways, so any word on Connor? He's going to be available next week.
He didn't tell me one way or the other. He's been pretty busy, so I haven't gotten to chat with him too much.
Batman for the 7th time with his his connection there.
I don't think it's out over there yet. I think he said he was going to go see it Friday.
Okay.
But yeah, so we'll see. Next week is a mystery.
Yeah, I might be here, or I might be with maybe you, me, and Lohi be a 3-man team next week. Who knows?
Yeah. No, it's up in the air, but that's fine. It keeps us
we'll
on
be
our
here
toes.
one form or another.
Exactly. Yes, you're absolutely right. So with that said, like I think
Batman. Tell us what you think of Batman. No spoilers, though.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I don't have any plans to see it yet. Like, I don't have my tickets paid for. I asked like most of my friends, and I got one of them to say yes. The rest of them were just like, I don't want to see it. I don't know what the hell's wrong with them. I don't know how you don't want to see Batman, but whatever.
Well,
it's fine.
I'm excited. My movie theater is right next door to me, so I'm gonna try to catch it, sometime this weekend, and hopefully it's good. Meanwhile, well, people, it's a big week for me. It's a slightly smaller week for Dan. Well, how big was the week for you for your new comic pickup? And do we miss anything that's good? Let us know. Comment below.
Yeah, tell us your pick of the weeks and your cover of the weeks and
pick of the
all
week.
That stuff. Say, yeah, it was good. It was really good. And I think that's it. So remember to join the Facebook group, follow us on Twitter.
That's right. Follow us on social media. Description below.
Yes.
Share, comment, like, blah, 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 blah. Spotify, blah, 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 blah. Dan, you take it away, buddy.
Yes. And the Instagram, Alfonso, I didn't forget. All the social medias, Twitter. We're not on TikTok yet.
On Twitter.
Yes. But we're all over the place on social media. I'm on Instagram and Twitter as well. All that stuff, you can find it in the description.
Yeah.
And also be on the lookout later this week. I had another interview with another publisher promoting their Kickstarter project, so I'm excited to post that as well. And with that said, I'm going to close this one out, and we will see you guys in some way, shape, or form next week.
That's right. See you on the flip side. Peace.